I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
All right. Good afternoon. It is I am Manny's Man and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. We are going to be discussing the World Cup Group C, that is the group with Argentina. We are going to also be talking about some big games, a massive game coming up in schoolboy football and also in the EPL. In fact, it is Super Friday and Super Weekend. And so what we do, big up to everyone in the chat. Ishmael and Gunners Boss, bless up yourself. You understand me, family. You don't know. Jarvis, you don't know. Man from Innocent and up over there in Canada. Blessings. You understand me? It is Super Friday, so we want to make it a super day. And let me explain to you what Super Friday is. Super Friday is that one day when we ask that there be a minimum of 10 combined super chat and super stickers to support I Am Sure Sports. So all the people who love the channel, we ask them on Super Fridays to support by making a comment using the super chat, and that is from as minimal as like $2 or $1.99. You understand me? You start there. That's how we ask you to support the channel. We don't do a lot of merchandising, and views are good, but you can do that. And so we invite you to do that. We invite you to like we the video. We ask you to share, and we ask you to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. We also want to begin by saying thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are, and listen, if you have a company, we can promote your product for you. The companies that we advertise for always tell us that many people, right, many people come and support them because they heard about the product and I Am Sure Sports. So big up to Trick Nick that sells all those wonderful barbecue stuff for your jerk, all of those things. Not if you're a jerk, but if you're going to be jerking anything. All right. So um please check them out. Also to Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. You can call Prestige Finance at 876-884-7390. Prestige Finance is located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars, right? And all you have to do is to let them know you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. There will be no processing fee, same day processing, and only 0 to 4% interest rate. Big thank you as well to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and they seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs. In Canada and the USA, visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text Launch Legacy at this number. It is 647-989-0782. Thanks to all the moderators. Everyone, big up to Fresh God, Triple E. You see it? Salute. You understand me? Bless up to all who are on the platform. For those of you who are watching, who you watch and you listen, please just catch the whole content, because sometimes we don't hear everything and we respond without hearing all things, right? I want to restart something many people have been saying. What about the thoughts you normally share? So um I'm going to share something for you from the 48 laws of power. And this is law 34. It says, be royal in your own fashion, act like a king, to be treated like one. And then it says, if you know the book, it is broken down in terms of um judgment and observing the law, interpretation, all of those kind of things. But it says the way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. In the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you. For a king respect himself and inspires the same sentiment in others. By acting regally and confident of your powers, you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown. All right? I want you to listen to that. It's just, you understand me? Just a thought. It says, the image is the image of a crown. It says, place it upon your head and you assume a different pose, tranquil yet radiant assurance. Never show doubt. Never lose your dignity beneath the crown, or it will not fit you. It will seem to be destined for one more worthy. Do not wait for a coronation. The greatest emperor crowns themselves. All right? Everyone should be royal after his own fashion. Let all your actions, even though they are not those of a king, be in their own sphere worthy of one. Be sublime in your deeds, lofty in your thoughts, and in all your doings, show that you deserve to be a king, even though you're not one in reality. You understand me? I hope somebody will take something from that as you listen. You understand me? 48 Laws of Power. Good book to read. If you're a reader, you can read it. You can also listen to the audiobook. It's available out there as well. So you can check out the audiobook, or if, like I said, if you love to read, you can read the book. So remember Super Friday, where we ask and engage our viewers to support I Am Sure Sports with super stickers and super chat. All right, we're gonna count them down, and when we get to 10, we will let you know. All right, we're gonna have a guest who is going to come on, and this guest is going to be giving us their picks for the zones that we have covered so far: Zone A, Zone B, and Zone C that we're going to be dealing with. All right, um, but there's a lot of big things happening over this weekend. There's a lot of big games coming up between the weekend and Wednesday in schoolboy football, and also big games coming up in the EPL, particularly the Arsenal versus Liverpool game that is on Sunday. We normally on a Friday also have our EPL show, right? So we're gonna see how that works. We're gonna probably go deeper into some of the details concerning the EPL show, but we have some interesting games in the EPL this weekend, right? I think we could see more coaches losing their jobs. I think by the end of this weekend. All right. I'm going to give you an example. You know that Wolves have fired their coach. So their new coach will be going to Stamford Bridge to take on Chelsea. That's the first game tomorrow morning in the EPL. That's if you're in Jamaica, that game starts at 9. Well, not really. Well, that's not the first one, but they all start at 9. The Newcastle versus Brentford game is a 9 o'clock game. That is going to be a good game. It's going to be in Newcastle, right? It's a home game for Newcastle. Bournemouth hosts Leicester. No, Leicester won earlier uh, in the week on Monday. They defeated Nottingham Forest 4-0. But I think if they were to lose this game, the coach again, Brendan Rodgers, could be in some problems. You also have Man City versus Southampton. I think that's the next hat trick for Haaland if he plays, and that's the next win for City. All right. They're playing Southampton. That could be a big scoreline. Then you have Chelsea versus Wolves. All right. That's going to be a tough game for Chelsea. Again, there is a new coach at Chelsea, but there's a new coach at Wolves as well. Then there is the Brighton versus Tottenham game. I think Tottenham is going to lose this game away to Brighton, right? And more pressure is going to be piled on to Conte. There's a London derby, West Ham versus Fulham. That's Sunday, the Sunday morning game, right? That starts at 8. Then you have Crystal Palace versus Leeds in London. Arsenal versus Liverpool in London. So you have 3 games in different areas in London come Sunday. All right, Arsenal versus Liverpool. Then Sunday, there's a next tough game for Manchester United. They go away to Everton. And I think this game could end up in a draw. And then this is the next game. I think from this game, if whichever team gets the result, the coach stays. The team that loses this game, I think the coach is going to lose his job. This is the Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa game on Monday. I think between these two coaches and the coach at Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, and Brendan Rodgers at Leicester, one of those 3 will be probably one of the next casualties of this whole EPL coaching dilemma and coaching changes. All right, let me give you some schoolboy football. Come on to the stream, people, and like up the stream. All right, and let's have a good show. Let me give you some schoolboy football games that are coming up over the weekend. All right, let's start in the Manning Cup. Interesting games that you need to look out for and games that you really need to watch. These are going to be some important games that will affect who goes through, who qualifies. It will kind of posture the teams in terms of their advancement to the final rounds, all right, or to the final stages. It determines, I believe, who is going to go through. So let's look at the fixtures, all right. In the games that were played yesterday, you know that there was a 5-2 win for San Diego over Okay, Jason is saying there'll be no casualty at first. He signed a three-year deal today. Really? Whoa. Today. Well, I guess Steven Gerrard and Jason. But St. Diego defeated Holy Trinity, sorry, by 5-2. Mona defeated Camperdown 4-3. Heidel defeated Kingston High 2-1. Wolmer's Dre, anyway, that will be happy for this because his message was screenshot, but he defeated Papin. Wolmer's defeated Papin 5-1. Spanish Town lost to Jonathan Grant 1-0. JC 4, Cedar Grove 0. Campion and Excelsior played to a 2-all draw, and Jose Marti defeated Clancarty, yes, by 2-0. All right, so today, let's see what's on the fixture today in the Manning Cup. Today, very important game. This game is at Calabar today. Calabar needs to win this game. Calabar will take on Waterford. Waterford, that determines a lot in that group. St. George's, they go up against Meadowbrook. And so I think St. George's is going to win that. All right. St. Catherine plays St. Mary's College. St. Catherine is going to win that. Kingston College will be at Stadium East against Arden, and I think Kingston College is going to win that. So that group, you could see Calabar finishing in third place in that group. All right, the Saturday fixtures, Dunoon versus Tarrant, Jonathan Grant versus Stats. That's a good game. And Norman Manley will go up against Spanish Town. All right, so those are the clashes for today and tomorrow in the Manning Cup. Big up Rob Smith. All right. Jason says 61 Redders Road. For those of you who don't know, he's referencing Calabar. KS Sports TV said the Mona Camperdown was a nice game yesterday. Indeed, it was. So let's scoot over to the DaCosta Cup. And because in the DaCosta Cup, there are some very, very interesting fixtures coming up in the DaCosta Cup. All right. So let me give them to you. For those of you may not be following, that's what we are here to do, to help you with what is happening in the DaCosta Cup. Yesterday, Yorkcastle defeated Marcus Garvey by 4-0. All right. So Yorkcastle leads their zone. That game was played at Mount Pleasant Academy. Also, Alphonsus Davis High, that's Spalding, they defeated Alston 4-1. Mile Gully defeated Christiana by 1-0. Seaford defeated Paul Bogle by 1-0. St. Thomas Tech 12, Robert Lightbourne 1, and Yallas and Morant Bay ended 0-0. Let's see if there are games in the DaCosta Cup today. There is the fixtures for today. We will see BB Coke going up against Lacovia, Belfield versus Bel-Air, Mayday versus Descartes College. Oracabessa will play against Brownstown. Horace Clark plays St. Mary Tech. Yuatan plays Charlie Mount. Enid Bennett goes up against McGrath. Dintil and Geisel. Tatius Golden versus Glenmuir. Central Old Harbor. Then there is Black River. They will be playing against Grangeville at home. Mannings host Belmont. All right. But the games you want to look at in the DaCosta Cup is the Saturday games. The Saturday games are going to be nice. Yeah, Rob Smith, bless up every time, man. Every time. You understand me? What is the DaCosta Cup? Joking countryman, them don't. Hey, Rob Smith, what wanna call country? Where is country? You know that there are places in Kingston and St. Andrew that are more country than some of the places that people call country. I understand me. So careful in the Rob Smith, yeah, go around the people them thing. All right, tomorrow, let me give you some of the big games, right? Garvey Marseille versus Veer. I think that is going to be televised. That's going to be a big game right there. All right, that's one you want to watch if you are a DaCosta Cup fan. Anchovy, Cornwall College. This could be the game. If Cornwall College loses this game, they could be out of the DaCosta Cup come tomorrow. All right. You have Greenpond versus Irwin, Malden versus St. James, Hopewell versus Frome, Rossies versus Green Island, Monroe versus Magotty. That's a very good game. All right. Stets, Sydney Pagan, Alfonso Davis, and Christian. Alfonso Davis needs to win that one. Then there is Lennon versus Clarendon College. All right. Edwin Allen will play Thompson Town. Wycliffe Martin High will play St. Mary. Anatobe versus Taki. Godfrey Stewart versus Petersfield. That is a big clash. All right. Fogo Road, Fresh God in the building. We'll be going up against Kempshill. Fresh God, talk to me. Fair Prospect, Port Antonio. Happy Grove, Titchfield. Mushet and William Nib. Herbert Morrison. Cedric Titus, one of the undefeated team. All right. So, anywhere outside of Kingston is country. All right, boss. All right. Jason, exactly. What am I? What exactly what I was going to type? Anywhere outside of Kingston. All right. So, people, where is Kingston? Because Rob Smith, do you know what defines Kingston? You know that if your address has a number, so if you are Kingston 1, Kingston 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you don't live in Kingston. You live in St. Andrew. Rob Smith, do you know that? People who say they are Kingstonian, you know if you're in Kingston 1, Kingston 2, Kingston 3, Kingston 4, Kingston 5, Kingston 6, Kingston 7, Kingston 8, Kingston 9, Kingston 10, you live in St. Andrew. You don't live in Kingston, you live in St. Andrew. So you hear that? Did you know that, people? How many of you know that? Kingston 13. Yeah, you live in St. Andrew. You don't live in Kingston. And St. Andrew have places like Golden Spring, and you understand me? And, Bulby and those places. Did you know that, Jason? That if your address says Kingston something, you do not live in Kingston, but you live in St. Andrew. So are we talking about anything outside of Kingston, which is like Kingston is like West. Oh, you change to Kingston and St. Andrew now. Oh, St. Andrew is Kingston. Oh, the start change now. Oh, the start change. Oh, the start change. Is that a lot of people say that? Where you live? Town. Which part of town? Spanish Town. Which part you live? Town. Which part of town? Spanish Town. Eh? Come on, people. Let's not do that. But big up yourself. Remember, it is Super Friday, so let's get some super chat and some super stickers in. All right, so we're gonna go to I haven't seen Kyle Wallace for a while. Kyle, where are you? Haven't seen Kyle for a while. Where is Jason Guna? Probably at work, because when you have these shows, you're going to talk about the World Cup. Jason Guna is always around. But we have a guest who is going to come on shortly. So let's get into, and remember that lines are open. So let's get into Group C, right? Group C consists of Argentina, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. KSA is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jason. So what are you talking about? Saudi Arabia, are you talking about Saudi Arabia, Jason? Because KSA is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Is that what you mean? Talk to me now. You have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia that is offering that is offering 30,000 US to each player if they defeat Argentina. All right. So Saudi Arabia, Poland is in that group, and Mexico, the other CONCACAF representative, or one of the other Caribbean CONCACAF representative, is in that zone as well. Big up Duckland. All right. Yeah. So, we are going to talk about Saudi Arabia. The first game for Argentina will be against Saudi Arabia. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, and Poland goes up against Mexico. All right. So, yeah, man, Coach means you bless up yourself. You know, the man, they must say anything outside of Kingston, a country. So all of the man them who live in a Kingston 1, Kingston 2, Kingston 3, live in a St. Andrew, a countryman them too. That we as a Coach Windsy. Right? Look like easy. So who will come out of this zone? You have Poland, Argentina, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. Right? Which two? Kingston 13. St. Andrew that to Coach Minzy. You understand me? So which two teams come out of that zone? Who are you picking to come out of that zone? And is that zone winner? Is the zone winner in that zone? Or is the World Cup winner? Sorry, is the World Cup winner? Is the World Cup winner in that zone or that group? Will the World Cup winner? No man, them me not big up. Me not big up Jose Marina, man. You know put no man. Me big up Jose Marina, man. We are talk about, man. Me big up Jose Marina, man. We are talk about, Brian. Me couldn't pass big Jose Marina, man. Chelsea rear blue and Jose Marina rear blue, you know, man. Come on, man. Wouldn't do that, man. Right? All right. Coach Mills is a Brazil who will World Cup. But out of this zone, right? Who is coming out of this zone? So let's check. Argentina coming out, right? Oh, Jose Marti. Oh, I thought your school was. I thought you type Jose Marino. So I say, I never know. Say you go Jose Marino High School, man. Oh, it's Jose Marti High School. All right, boss. All right. All right, boss. Bless up. Yeah. So, KS says Argentina and I think Poland and Mexico will fight for the second spot. But who is going to get it? All right. So can we all agree that Argentina is coming out of the group? Can we agree? Argentina. All right. Now, here's the issue I have. Excuse me. Poland don't play Argentina until that's their last game. Does that give them an advantage? Because Mexico's first game is against Poland. So could that result almost tell you who is coming out of the group? You have Mexico, Poland, Argentina, and Saudi Arabia. Now, you can just imagine that there will be a lot of Saudi Arabian fans in Qatar. Will the 12th man have anything to do? We don't know a lot about the Saudi Arabian team. They always have one of the time they had one of the persons who scored the most goal in football in history. But it's a big league with lots of money. But we don't know about the quality of the players themselves, and we don't know that they have a lot of players all over Europe in the major leagues. But let's talk about the other teams a little bit, and then we can get into that, because we're going to talk about. All right, so Poland starts off with Mexico first game. Tough. This is going to be probably one of the good games in the first round. Mexico versus Poland. Peso Semdo. Big up Peso. Mirac bless up as well. I don't like Argentina. I hope Poland and Mexico advance out of this group. You hope, but who you believe will. You can have hope, but who do you think will come out? So, the Poland team is very good, The Poland team is good, right? The Poland team, for example, they have Chesney. I think the goalkeeper at Club Brugge, that just won in Champions League, is also Polish. So they have Fabianski, I don't know if he'll be going, but he is also Polish, right? So they have that player. Let's talk about some of the Polish players in the leagues that we probably know. Yeah, they have Bednarek. This is the player that was at Southampton, that very tall defender that moved from Southampton and is at Aston Villa. They have Matthew Cash, right? Matthew Cash is a wing back. They have Zelensky, the guy who played for Napoli. Watch him against Liverpool. Very, very good player. They have the guy at Leeds called Matthews, very good player. They have Lewandowski. They have Milek, the forward from Milan. And they have Piatek, the center forward that was at AC Milan that gone to the team that was promoted in Syria. So they have a very, very, very good group of players. And their coach is not no local bug. It's Paulo Sousa. Very good coach as well. You understand me? So I think, like, in terms of, yeah, I said Milek already from Juve. Yeah. I think in terms of players like man to man, they have a better group of players than Mexico, in my opinion. But Mexico always, I can't remember the last time Mexico don't come out of the group since I've been watching World Cup. Anybody can remind me? When is the last time Mexico don't advance out of the group stage at a World Cup tournament? They always seem to get their act together at tournaments. But this Polish side is a very good quality side. Very good quality team. And they could cause some problems for Mexico, who normally advance. But the problem they have is that a lot of their goals are just scored by Lewandowski. He scored 8 goals in the qualifiers. They actually finished 6 points behind England, you know. And they had to play Sweden in the playoffs, and they defeated Sweden in the playoffs. So that is how they qualified for the World Cup, right? So based on that, do you think they are good prospects to make it out of the group along with Argentina? Or we should discuss the Mexico squad and see how good the Mexico team is in comparison to the Polish team, just in terms of names, to see who will come through. Now, we are very familiar with the Mexican squad because, of course, Jamaica would have played them, in the qualifier. All right, so we would have played them in the qualifiers. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I just think like they may get it together. I think like they're gonna get it together. All right. If you look at Mexico, I don't know. They have. I think that their defense is not the best in terms of center back play, right? Like for example, they have Guillermo Ochoa of Club America, Alfredo Talvaria of FC Juarez, Rodolfo Cota of Leon, Carlos Acevedo of Santos Laguna, Luis Malagan of Necaxa, I think it is pronounced, David Ochoa, DC United, and Jonathan Orazako of Club Tijuana. A lot of these players are playing in the Mexican league. These are like center backs. When you look at the full backs, they have Jorge Sanchez of Juve, and Jesus Gallardo of Monterrey, Kevin Alvarez Pachua, Gerardo Arteaga of Genk, Julian Ario of LA Galaxy, Emilio Lara Club America, Luis Reyes Atlas, Eric Aguirre Monterrey, Luis Rodriguez Tigres, Osvaldo Rodriguez Leon, Alfredo Mieres Club America. Again, when you look at that, a lot of the players are in the local league in Mexico. Juan Vasquez, Yeah, I don't know, man. The midfield, they have Andres Guardado, Real Betis, Hector Herrera, who is now at Houston Dynamo, Edson Alvarez of Ajax. Um, yeah, I, I just don't think this is the best Mexican side. Yeah, Hervin Lozano, Napoli. Um, Pineda at AK Athens. Diego Lainez at Braga. Johan Carrillo of Sporting Gion. Carlos Vela. Those are some of the players. Raul Jimenez at Wolverhampton. Santiago Gimenez, Feyenoord. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, people. I just don't think this Mexican squad is good. I could be wrong. But I like Messi and Di Maria, but I care zero for Argentina and the country as a whole. Mexico, Rob Smith says Mexico and Argentina. Mexico always make it to the round of 16. I just think that this is the first time. Yeah, Vela is in the 26. I don't know if he's going to make the final squad. They have like Jesus Corona. So I don't know. I just don't think this Mexican team is good enough for this World Cup. And I think they're going to have to rebuild their team for 2026. Well, I'm telling you that Rob Smith he's named in the 26, he was named in the initial 26 in September. So unless they have, maybe they're going to pull him out. But the 26 that the name from his name was in it, I don't know. Maybe he's not going to. But yeah, but I don't think this Mexican squad is good enough. I thought they struggled in qualifying from CONCACAF. And I'd go as far as saying that if other teams got their organization properly, including Jamaica, it would have been possible that Mexico would not have qualified or had to go through the playoffs. That's how poor I think Mexico were in the qualifiers. Nonetheless, they are at the World Cup, so they have a chance. But again, for me, I am going to pick Poland and I'm going to pick Argentina. I think Argentina are going to go up to the semifinals, and that's the end of the road for them. I think that is where Argentina goes. I think Argentina is going to finish third. Brazil is going to finish number one. I'm yet to determine who's going to be number two. Anybody who Brazil beat will be second. But I think Argentina finishes third. So they are going to come out of this group along with Poland. All right. The Argentinian squad, I mean, they have some good players. They have Otamendi, Romero, Martinez at Manchester United. They have Acuna from Sevilla. He plays wingback, and Tagliafico. He's at Lyon now. Think he was playing in Holland at Ajax and may have moved. Then they have midfielders like Rodrigo de Paul, Palacios from Leverkusen is also there, right? McAllister from Brighton, who played against Jamaica. Paredes, who moved from PSG, and he's over there now at Juve. You have Messi, you have Martinez, the forward at in fact, Argentina has two forwards that play for Inter Milan, Martinez and Correa, and they also have Alvarez, who is at Manchester City. He scored the first goal against Jamaica. All right. So let me see this. Manis, I think for this World Cup, it's 26 players for every team on their World Cup squad. Check it out for me. All right, definitely Peso. I think it could be 26 indeed. I think you could be right on that, Peso. Mexico fired a bunch of admin people after the World Cup qualifiers, so they might have improved. Yeah, but I mean, how their friendlies have been going, Duckland, since the World Cup has ended. I mean, the World Cup qualifiers have ended. How has the friendlies that Mexico play? Boss Thomas is saying Senegal to the final. We soon get to. Um, we soon get to Senegal, man. We cover them in zone A. Let's see. Let's pull up okay. All right. So they have a few friendlies coming up in preparation. I guess at that time we'll be able to see them because they have games against international friendly against Sweden, and they have one against Iraq before they go into the World Cup. Okay, so they have a couple of friendly games coming up. All right. They played Colombia and lost 3-2. Right, that is their most recent friendly. Before that, they defeated Peru by a goal to nil. In August, right, they lost to Paraguay. They drew with Jamaica. In Nations League, they defeated Suriname. They drew with Ecuador. They drew with the lost to Uruguay. So they have not been having a very good a good run. You know, they have not been having a good run of games. And so I think there should be cause for concern for Mexico. But for me, I am going to go Poland, and I am going to go Argentina. And I'm picking Argentina. Poland gets knocked out in the next round, whomever they face. All right. Then I think Lewandowski only scores against Saudi Arabia. That's the only goal he's scoring. One goal for the World Cup. So I think he's going to flop. I don't think Messi is going to be as instrumental in this World Cup as he was in previous World Cup. I think somebody else from Argentina will have to step up. Who that is, I think Lautaro Martinez, the Inter forward, and Alvarez are the two Argentinians I'm looking to surprise people in this World Cup. So let me know, what are your thoughts on that? Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on Group C. Argentina and Poland coming out. Saudi Arabia and Mexico for the first time in a long while does not advance, because I think they're going to have to start with building for 2026 when they are one of the joint hosts of the World Cup with the United States and Canada. In fact, I think that's what Mexico should do. They should bring a squad where the majority of the players who go to this World Cup are peaking for 2026 and see how far. It would be good if we can have 3 CONCACAF teams in the quarterfinals. That means we are guaranteed, probably for the first time, to have a CONCACAF team in the semifinals of the World Cup. So that's what I think should happen. That of the 6 teams from CONCACAF, I'm hoping that in 2026, we can have at least 3 in the quarterfinals, which would automatically mean that at least 1, in my opinion, would then advance to the semifinal. That I think would be a big thing for CONCACAF football. Big thing for CONCACAF football. What say you? Do you agree or do you agree? No, I'm not saying the goat cannot flop. The goat cannot flop. Let me say it again, Douglas. The goat will not perform in this World Cup the way he performed. I think was it 2018? The goat should have won the World Cup. I don't think this one is positioned for him to win. What they want to call it flop is up to you. I don't call it flop. I just think at 35, I don't know if you know this, this is his 36th year on planet Earth. And this is now 36 years since Argentina has won the World Cup. Let me say it again. Messi turned 35 this year. Right? Messi turned 35, I think in June or July is his birthday. So he turned 35. So he's now in his 36th year. So the last time Argentina won the World Cup, Messi was what? 1? In July, was just being born or, coming out of the womb or something. I don't know. 36 years. So with this in mind, is it possible that we could see that after 36 years, when Messi is in his 36th year on planet Earth, Argentina wins the World Cup? Peso, what do you say about that, Peso? Because I know he's not so much an Argentina fan, you know. Man, if Messi don't perform, Argentina ain't going anywhere. All right, Jason. Rob Simit says Mexico will surprise. Yeah, like I think we're going to be surprised. Like, whoa, what is wrong with Mexico? Not surprise us in terms of going anywhere. Are you suggesting that the GOAT will flop at the World Cup, man? Nah, I didn't say that. Welcome, Stephen Grant. He says only 2014 World Cup went according to seedings. No number one. No one team beat number one team beat number 2 team in the final. Okay, that's what I mean. In 2014. Okay. All right, Travis Spencer, you are correct. I'm just hoping for Messi's sake. I don't care much for Argentina as a nation. Any country that don't want blacks in their country is dead to me. Okay. All right. Where is that stronger? In Argentina or in Brazil? I don't see that happening because I don't think Canada come back as strong. I think the thing though is that because Canada will automatically qualify, it gives them time to build back a strong squad. Right? Rob Simi, talk to me. Last time Argentina won the World Cup, right? Was 1986? 1986, right? 36 years ago. Messi turned what? 35? In July? Yeah? Let me check it and see. Oh, the 36 year. Man is Messi not winning any World Cup. Me I said from no. Book it. Hey, yo, me not book nothing what you say no one done. Me not book nothing what you say one done. Cause you tell me to book Manchester City, Manchester United win and it never really pan out that way. So me now I am not doing that. When was that? Let me just check this for you and give you. All right. So the 1986 World Cup finals was played at the Wembley Stadium in London, right? 98,000 people in attendance. It was played on the 10th of May, 1986. All right? 1986. And Messi was born in 1987, June 24th. Understand me? So, in Messi lifetime, him no see him nation win a World Cup. So, let's see what will happen. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, maybe is that World Cup. World Cup. Maybe is the World Cup Elder Messi went to, Mano de Dios. El Ganadero. You have to give us, you have to translate those things for us, I'm not a Spanish student. Pese you graduate from school of CC. I want Pesa said, what is Pesa said? Man. Man is this different. And Messi we are talking about a World Cup. He will be hiding on the biggest stage. All right. From Messi born, he must salt up Argentina. Jaja. I don't know about that. I think like it's more likely that Messi win the World Cup than Cristiano Ronaldo, If I had a choice right now, 86? 86 was in Mexico? Yeah? What? Where was the 19? Big up Clayton Mirage. 19. Wrong information. Yeah. In Mexico. In Mexico. 1986. In Mexico. Yeah. From the 31st of May to the 29th of June. Yeah, 29th of June. All right. Yeah. All right. There you go. The 29th of June. So the World Cup was played from in Mexico from the 31st of May to the 29th of June. All right. All right, 1986. All right, 1986. Which day? So the 29th of June, and Messi born the 24th of June, the following year. Something that go on about the World Cup time. Maybe the parents they meet at the World Cup, you never can tell. You understand me? Big up Clayton Mirage. Remember again, today is what we call Super Friday. You understand me? We ask our supporters and fans of I Am Sure Sports to, buy some water for the horse and support I Am Sure Sports. We need 10 super sticker, 10 super chats, combined, and we haven't seen one yet. So, and we're gone what now? 1 hour, so we only have an hour left. Yeah, the hand of God that messed up England. Many people said, hand of God that man. So Maradona cause Messi fi born any country, entire country happy every month. um, man is man. Man is Messi time pass for him to win the World Cup. Let me ask you this then. All right, one done. If Messi time has passed, has Ronaldo time passed? Has Ronaldo time passed? Right? Is Portugal defense better than Argentina's defense? Portugal has better strikers than Argentina? Or is just midfield that Portugal is strong? I don't think the Portugal side is as good as the Argentina side still. So if I were to bet on Messi winning the World Cup, with Argentina, or Ronaldo winning it with Portugal, I would give it to Messi winning with Argentina. Right? Portugal is stuck. They just need to realize CR7 not the player he was, and they can no longer play through him. Allow some of the young players to lead, which is what Argentina is going to do. Which is why I think to me, I think Messi is more comfortable with other players taking the spotlight than Cristiano Ronaldo is. I think Cristiano Ronaldo would more want the glory than Messi. That's my opinion. So I would think that Argentina with Messi stand a better chance. But it's Brazil going to win the world. Listen, the World Cup is coming to South America. The World Cup will not be out of South America for any longer than this World Cup. It's coming back to South America. Brazil is the last South American team. You had Croatia, Spain, Germany, France. Brazil, it's coming back. You can't have 5 cycles and it don't reach back South America. The World Cup is coming back. It's to South America. That is important. The World Cup is coming back to South America. Pessoa say he loves Portugal because his surname is Portuguese. Pessoa. All right, so. All right. So your father is Portuguese, Pessoa? You're from Portuguese heritage? So we do a Jamaica, man. Portugal and France have too much players to choose. What? What you talking about? Nothing like that, man. Tell me, although we don't get to that zone, give me the 4 strikers for Portugal. 4. 3. We can give you 3 for Argentina. Easy. Messi, Alvarez, and Martinez. Easy. We can even give you Korea. Give me 4 strikers for Portugal. Ronaldo, come. Joel Felix, who is not even a striker, but that's 2. Give me a next one. Come on, Pessoa, man. Takes along. I don't think the Portugal, and when we get to the next zone, we'll talk about that because we're going to go to zone D. We're just going to go right the group. I don't think the Portugal squad is as good as the Argentinian squad. And I think Messi is at a better place now in terms of his playing than Ronaldo. Like Messi can have more impact in an Argentinian team than Ronaldo can have in the Portugal team. Think they're no big baller, you know. Bruno Fernandes, you know, Bernardo Silva, and Joe Felix. Hot. Wolverhampton. Hot. Yeah, McCall. Bernardo Silva is not a forward, brother. Bernardo Silva is not a forward. Bernardo Silva is a play midfield, not a forward. Don't do that with me. He's not a forward. Don't try that. He's not a forward. Yeah, Leo is a baller, you know. Over Italy there. Think he's gonna make a big move. Yeah. The youth from AC Milan, isn't he Leo? Good player. I think he's going to make a big move. Renato Sanchez is a midfielder, a D mid. We're talking about Renato Sanchez is a D mid. I'm talking about forward because yeah. No man, Adrian Silva from who used to be at I think a Frankfurt over there in Bundesliga. No man, them man. Listen, yeah, the Argentinian forward them call man. I'm a big man. Me let them call ourselves on the ball and them man. No man, come on man, for real still. Argentina meaning midfield and up front man. And Argentina I think Portugal have what's his name that was at Wolves that gone to Italy. Good goalkeeper, Patricio, and Jose Sa, the new Wolves goalkeeper. Let me tell you who. Ruben Neves, good midfielder. That play for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Right? So, but I honestly think that Argentina is a stronger squad than Portugal, and I think Messi is at a better place playing wise. Yeah, man. Jata. Oh yeah. Yo, no, you thought no. You Google a name now, Jata. Yeah, man, Jata, a good baller. Jata, a good baller. True Pesa. Jata, a good baller. That one I'll give you. Jata. Good baller. Bernardo Silva baller, man. Bernardo Silva will make more impact than Bruno in the Portugal. Yeah, man, Bernardo Silva baller. I totally agree with that. I think Bernardo Silva going to be the man. I think Bernardo Silva will be the man for Portugal. Me like the player named Ruben Neves as well. Very, very, very good player. You understand me? Very good player. Very good player. They have a guy at Wolves who play on the flank too, that Arsenal was interested in, but I don't like him. But he too is a Portuguese player. Very good. Yeah. But like I said, in this group, I think it is going to be. I think for the first time, we're going to see Mexico struggle to come out of a group. I don't see them coming out. I know they have changed, like Duckland said, they have changed things administratively, but I think they are going to be struggling nonetheless. All right. So that is it for the World Cup part of the show, right? So we have completed the first hour. All right, so we're heading into the second hour where we're going to go deeper into the EPL games. Yeah, man, Cancelo, Nunes, Mendes, Diaz in the back line, all right, sir? Man, them a Google up name, Cancelo Abala. From Brazil runway, the French players like Jesus and Martelly and bring in the big ballers like Fred. Yo. Portugal, Brazil, Mozambique, Angola, Cape Verde all speak Portuguese, but Jamaica has had its fair share of Portuguese descendant. Can we say Sean Paul? Okay. All right, the farmer. Bless up. Thanks for that info. So, EPL people, big EPL weekend coming up. We are going to be looking at the games and we'll be going through them quickly and discussing the big ones in the EPL this weekend. All right. So we are going to start with the Saturday morning games coming up for you this Saturday morning. All right. What's going on? Here is Saturday morning game. So here we go. It's okay if Brazil don't bring them, if Brazil don't want to bring Jesus and the three Gabriel at Arsenal, that's good. Better for me. Better for me. Them train with my team and do well. When everybody tired, they well rested. Better for me. You understand me? I care zero. Yes, people, remember to hit the like button, subscribe and share the content. All right, so people, let's talk some EPL football. There you go. All right, let's see who can get the picks right. Cranky did very well last week. I think he got almost all of his picks correct. I think he may have missed a couple. I I I I got I said the Tottenham Arsenal would have been 3-2. That I remember. But I got many picks wrong. I had 4-2 Manchester United City. But but I did pick City to win. Hey, you don't need to write down on the picks them, And let's see now about a tell no lie, people. So let's go through the games, right? Tomorrow's game we'll see. Let's begin with the Newcastle versus Bournemouth game. All right, Newcastle versus Bournemouth. I am going Newcastle 2-1. Right? Newcastle 2-1. I am going Newcastle 2-1. Ivan Toney will score for Brentford, but Newcastle will win this game. I think Callum Wilson, I think he has returned from injury, and so I think he's going to be leading the line for Newcastle. They are going to win this game. If you look at the standing as well, Newcastle not doing so bad. Newcastle, they are in 7th place, right? In terms of their goals scored, they have scored 12. But the important thing is that they are one of the teams that don't concede a lot of goals, right? If you go to Brentford, for example, Brentford, they score, but they have conceded 12 goals, while Newcastle has only conceded 15. Newcastle as well. With Newcastle, they either win or they draw. So you look at it, you notice they only have one defeat. Newcastle has only lost one game. So they're not doing that bad. They, along with Arsenal, Tottenham, and Brighton, are the teams that have, and Liverpool are the teams that have won one game, while City has only, they have not lost a game. Yeah. So I am going with Newcastle to have the upper hand against Brentford. What say you? That's my pick. 2-1 Newcastle over Brentford. What say you? All right, I am going for a 2-2 draw. Duckland, write down on the picks, I think Newcastle will play in Europe next season. All right, 3-2, 2-2. All right. The next game, Bournemouth versus Leicester. Leicester coming off the win on Monday. All right, going up against Bournemouth. These teams are going to be battling for relegation, I think. So when you look at the point standing, they both sit at the lower half of the table. Well, Bournemouth not so bad, because Bournemouth having played 8 games. Yeah, having played 8 games, Bournemouth are on 9 points, right? 9 points with minus 13 because they concede a lot of goals. Leicester concede a lot of goals. They're on 4 points. All right. Now, for me, this is going to be a tricky game. Bournemouth is at home. I don't know. I don't like the Bournemouth side. I think they're a very negative team, and I am going to go For this game, Leicester has been looking better. I don't trust the Leicester defense, though they like I said, they won the last game. I don't think Nottingham Forest is that good. James Maddison is seeking to get into the England squad. He is coming around playing some better football, but I don't think they're going to beat Bournemouth in Bournemouth on the south coast. So so I am going to go 1-1 scoreline. That is Bournemouth Leicester. I'm going draw for that one, right? So let's see. 1-1 scoreline. Duckland says Leicester is going to win by 2. All right. The other game at 9 a.m. One of the other games at 9 is City versus Southampton. All right. I am going City 5, Southampton 0. And if Haaland plays, he scores. So City 5, Southampton 0. This is at the Etihad. City not losing. Had a good showing in Europe. Rested players. They have a game in Europe coming up in the week as well. I think they just kill this game off in the first half and rest players. Right. So I'm going City 5, Southampton 0 at the Etihad. And if Haaland plays, I'm going to go Haaland with a hat-trick this time around as well. So City 5, Southampton 0. All right, people, while you're putting down the score, also remember to hit the like button. All right, this is an interesting game. Chelsea will be playing Wolverhampton Wanderers at Stamford Bridge. No, Diego Costa comes back to Chelsea. He's going to be playing. But I'm going to go, I think Potter is beginning to get his way with the Chelsea team. They won 3 in Europe. I am going Chelsea, Wolves with Ruben Neves and Podence and these guys. I am going to go 2-0 in favor of Chelsea. 2-0 in favor of Chelsea. Wolves have not been scoring goals as of recent. I think that continues. Because when you look at goal scored, Wolves not scoring. I don't know. See, look, 3 goals that they have only scored 3 goals all season. 3 goals. 3 goals. And Chelsea is going to score. So Wolves to lose, 2-0. All right. So there you go. So let's go back to the games. So that is Chelsea versus Wolves. All right. Then we have the late game, Brighton versus Tottenham. Now, this coach, M10 Football, you can check out M10 channel, right? Do a lot about this coach. Very, very good coach. Tottenham never looked good in Europe. They drew their game in Europe. Brighton should have gotten a point. Won the game against Liverpool, I believe. They conceded late, had a very, very good first half. Spurs love to play on the counter. And I think this suits the way how Brighton plays because they like to build slow out of the back. I am going, Harry Kane probably will score again, but I'm going Brighton 2, Spurs 1. I'm picking Brighton for the win in this game. I think Brighton is a quality team. So I'm going Brighton 2, Spurs 1. Brighton 2 and Spurs 1. Yeah. That is my score prediction for the Chelsea versus Brighton game. All right. The next game is one of the many games playing in London. West Ham versus Fulham. Mitrovic has not scored in a while. Bobby Reed scored in the last game. West Ham getting it together. So West Ham, Fulham. Ah man, this is a tough one to call. Let's go West Ham, Fulham. West Ham, Fulham. West Ham at home, not far. I think like this game look like a draw game, you know. Fulham just coming off a big defeat, having had a player sent off. So they're not losing 2 games in a row. So I'm going to go 1-1 scoreline Fulham West Ham. And Duckland is asking if I think, yeah, I think you can get rid of players, but Nottingham Forest has brought in the most players. So what happens if they get relegated? Do all of these players stay? I don't understand what they are doing. So I would say that they have not gone the right way, but we will see. If they're kind of waiting until after World Cup to get it together, which may be too late, but they have the quality players that if they have a chance to fight off relegation, they have enough experience from the players that they have. So I'm giving them 2 weeks to see if the team will get better. If not, they are going down. But they need to find a way. I think they could not. Well, let me tell you what happened. I think around 6 of the players that were in their starting team coming up in the championship regularly were players who were there on loan anyways. So a lot of the players that they used to qualify were loan players. They weren't their players. And so they didn't get them. So they had to buy players to replace players in their starting 11. And maybe that is what affected them. They don't have the players that they had, not because they didn't want them, but because those players were on loan. Right? So that is something to also look at. All right. So then we have Crystal Palace versus Leeds. That's a good game. Crystal Palace to rebound. They have been slipping down the table, but I'm going with Crystal Palace 2, Leeds 1. This Leeds coach complained too much. He complained about everything. All right. Arsenal versus Liverpool. This is going to be a good game. It's going to be a very, very good game, a very competitive game. I think the last time Arsenal defeated Liverpool was in the pandemic year when Liverpool won the title. But by this time, to be fair, Liverpool had already won the Premier League title and may have just used, I don't want to say inferior player, but they didn't play as intense like they were fighting for something. Now, they had a tough game against Brighton. They won easily in Europe, but for some reason, I think the Arsenal team at this time is at a better place than Liverpool. All right? And so I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. And I think this is going to be a 1-1 game until in the second half, the second goal is going to be scored. Because I think Liverpool is going to try and win this game. So I am going Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. I could see this game being Arsenal up 2 and Liverpool coming back and putting them under significant pressure, and somehow Arsenal are able to hold on. And it's not because I'm an Arsenal fan. I just think like right now, Liverpool is not at the best place, but they are getting it together. It's like they're coming into their own, having had a fairly decent start, I would say, to the season. But the other way to look at it is that if Liverpool were to lose this game, I think them being title contenders becomes extremely difficult. All right, so let me show you what I mean. So if you look at Liverpool, if Liverpool were to lose this game, all right, see, it would mean that, in terms of points dropped, I think they would have lost 2 games, right, and drawn 4. 12 points that they would have already dropped. They would have to go on a supreme run to now win the title. I think the people going to say it's early season, but I don't think you get like room to recover. Are so much room to recover in the EPL. So that's how I see it. And maybe it's Arsenal bias in me. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm going Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. Gabriel Jesus to score 1, and I'm going Martin Odegaard to score for Arsenal as well in this game at the Emirates. All right. That is my prediction. Let me hear what you have to say. Duckland says it's a 2-2 game. All right. Then we have Frank Lampard's Everton playing at home to Manchester United. I need a United fan to tell me about this, because United never look so good in Europe this week. Never look so good. Before the game says Arsenal 3, Liverpool 1. Duckland says Manchester United winning at Everton 2-1. Okay. All right, Duckland. All right. Should I go with Duckland score? Everton. All right. The fact that the coach played Casemiro and played Cristiano Ronaldo, those guys are not starting against Everton. All right. And so because of that now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with this game to be a 2-2 scoreline. 2-2. No, man, you can't. A 10-goal you should have scored yesterday, but the game ended 3-2. You concede. That is the problem I have. You're conceding goals that you're not supposed to against a team that you're not supposed to. One done. That me I talk about, you know. The final game of the weekend, we soon come back to the Manchester United game, is Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa on the Monday. And this is what I call a coach. Well, Jason just reminded me that the Nottingham Forest coach just signed a 3-year contract. So he ain't losing the job. And Steven Gerrard may not be heading out of the job right now. So I am going to go for this game. It is... oh, Lord, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham. And they're playing at home. Nottingham going to win. Finally, Nottingham give Aston Villa 2-1. Those are my picks. United 4. What? United 4-1 win. Okay, if Gerrard loses this game, he could be in trouble. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree that he could be in trouble. He could be in trouble. Gerrard could be in trouble, my friend. Yep. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think the coach has gotten his defensive combinations and plans and strategies right at Manchester United. I think he's still figuring out what to do with his midfield and what to do with his defense, and that is why I don't trust him. So you look at the points table. Arsenal leads, and they lead with 21 with you have City, Tottenham, Brighton, right up there, and Chelsea. Manchester United, they are 6 and 12 points, with Newcastle just behind them on 11. Fulham on 11. Liverpool on 10, Brentford on 10, Everton on 10, Leeds on 9, Bournemouth on 9, Aston Villa 8, West Ham 7, Southampton 7, Crystal Palace 6, Wolves 6, Leicester 4, and Nottingham Forest 4. Let's look at some of the stats in the EPL. Your leading goal scorer is Manchester City, Erling Haaland on 14. Harry Kane is on 7 goals. Mitrovic on 6. Gabriel Jesus of Arsenal on 5. Ivan Toney on 5. James Maddison on 5. Should he be going to the World Cup? Leandro Trossard 5. Phil Foden 5. Firmino coming from injury 5 goals. This guy he knows how to play in the Liverpool system. Lead assist person are Kevin De Bruyne 4 and Bernardo Silva 4. Saka 4. Alexi Iwobi. Everton 3. Former Arsenal player Dejan Kulusevski 3. Haaland 3. Gabriel Jesus 3. Granit Xhaka 3. Ivan Perisic 3. Jack Harrison 3. Jamie Vardy 3. Kenny Tete Fulham 3. Mohamed Salah 3. And Firmino 3. All right, those are your stats in the EPL at this time. Aston Villa 1-1. Okay, one Dan says Casemiro go start on Sunday. All right, cool. The James Maddison. All right. The James Maddison show me tell you, Aya. Forest are poor at the back. Narrow win for Villa. 2-1, but could go either way. All right. El Padrino. Yep. All right. Yes, people. So listen, this is your early show. For those of you who are cricketing fans, the West Indies lost the second T20 to Australia. Australia made 178. West Indies were not skidded out, but they didn't get up to that. I think the West Indies cricket team need to fix their batting order. You know that something is wrong with that whole batting order. You can't just put players in there. You have to put players in there who can do the job. All right. Yes, people. So hope you enjoy the show. Group C, the World Cup zone. Some EPL news, some schoolboy football news. There are some games going on today. So if you have time, you can watch a game or two. Go and check out some schoolboy football games. You understand me? You can join us again later. We have a late edition coming up. It's going to be a good one. Listen, it is Super Friday where, you know, when you get your pay, you need to come back later and drop some super sticker and some super chat when we'll have some panelists coming in to talk about some of the things that we spoke about in this early edition. Again, a big thank you to all of you for watching, for viewing, for sticking and staying with I Am Sure Sports. Thanks to all the sponsors, the persons who have given financial support and encouragement to that channel. I am Manningsman. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and this is where we say we are over and we are OUD out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure.